What's up guys, for the review today I have an HBO Max original movie, and I have to say I was intrigued by the poster, the cast, the story, so I went into this movie pretty eager to see what it can deliver. By the by, I'm the movie guy and this is my review for Unpregnant.
I'm gonna make him an offer again.
I drink your milkshake.
Why so serious?
I am your father.
You talking to me?
Are you not entertained?
Unpregnant tells the story of Veronica, a 17-year-old girl who takes a pregnancy test in the school bathroom. Someone comes into the bathroom, Veronica drops the test, and the person picks it up. It's actually her former best friend Bailey, with whom she has grown apart from. The test says that Veronica is pregnant. Now she has a plan of getting an abortion, but the only clinic that will perform this on an underage girl is a 14-hour drive away from her hometown. So Veronica asks Bailey, the only one that knew about her pregnancy, to drive her there, and she accepts. The movie is directed by Rachel Lee Goldenberg, the second 2020 movie for her, with the first one being Valley Girl. This is a road trip movie. Veronica and Bailey go on a 14-hour drive from Missouri to Albuquerque, New Mexico, so that Veronica can get her abortion. Along the way, they go through certain situations, all of them making them get closer and closer with each other, which is always nice to see. The intrigue of the road trip is presented in the differences of the two characters. Veronica is a very organized girl. She has planned this trip out, when they're gonna stop, when they're gonna eat, and when they'll return. But Bailey is far from organized. She spends a lot of the budget on snacks. She makes unscheduled stops. And oh, did I mention that she stole the car from her mother's boyfriend? They're being chased by the cops as well, which opens the door to new characters who want to help them out. The writing is not half bad. This movie tries its hand at comedy quite often, and most of the comedy comes from Bailey, and it's hit and miss. Sometimes she's really funny, especially in the beginning, but other times she is a bit cringy. There are also two political rants against some laws about abortion. Some of you guys might get a kick out of them, depending on your position on abortion. The music is very well chosen. Every song fit the scenes well, and I was impressed with the vibe that they made. Both Bailey and Veronica know the songs from the soundtrack and they sing along, and they generally look like they're having a fun time, which made me have a fun time. And although I did think it was a little bit too cliche for me, I still managed to be entertained for the most part. Haley Lou Richardson plays the lead Veronica. You might know her from movies like The Age of 17 or Split. She is really good, natural. This teen character seems to suit her very well, and she forms a really good bond with Barbie Ferreira, who has played in the hit HBO series Euphoria, and now she partners with HBO yet again for this movie. And I enjoyed her performance in this one even more than her role in Euphoria. She's actually good for a comedy character, and I think that she would be suited for romances as well. I enjoyed this film, but when I look back on it, I don't think that there was a scene that blew me away. I guess I gotta choose the pawning of the ring. Veronica's boyfriend Kevin proposes to her after finding out that she's pregnant, so she takes the ring and goes to get it pawned in order to pay for the trip to New Mexico and for the procedure. She goes there with Bailey, who warns her that Kevin is a stalker, and what do you know? Kevin has followed them to the pawn shop and has brought a big bouquet of roses, one for every reason that they should be together. This scene was made especially funny by Bailey, who kept on making funny comments while Kevin was proclaiming his undying love for Veronica. This film surprised me. I didn't expect to have this much of a good time with it, but I will say that this is a good movie which should have been great, but fails just short. I think some of the road trip happenings aren't that great, but the relationship between Veronica and Bailey is pretty good. The comedy is enjoyable at times, the performances are solid as they come, and the soundtrack is really good. So my rating for Unpregnant is 3 stars. For my alternative pick, I choose Little Miss Sunshine, a movie where a family takes their youngest daughter to a beauty pageant, so they have to take a cross-country trip in their Volkswagen bus.